Hey, and welcome to another Geek Out commentary. I'm Sam.
I'm Chris.
I'm Jake.
I'm Josh.
And this week we're continuing our countdown to X-Men Apocalypse with X2, X-Men United. This came out, 3 years after the original X-Men film. It's very much kind of like in terms of pacing and in terms of tone, I think it's very much Bryan Singer riffing on one of his favorite films of all time, which is to say Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, straight up to the point where, there's kind of like death, but not really elements at the end, and kind of to the point where just like Spock has the voiceover from the first film, Jean Grey has the voiceover from the beginning of the first X-Men film. Either way,
And all the henchmen are Chip and Dale's dancers.
yeah. Ricardo Montalban's there with massive pecs. This
wonderful physique.
This is probably my second favorite film in the series overall. Certainly my favorite in the original X-Men trilogy.
The quote-unquote classic X-Men.
Yeah. We're at that point now that there's a clear dividing point for X-Men films, and then there's Wolverine movies that nobody gives a toss about. But what do you guys think of X2?
Yeah, there's something that's always like kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Like I can't really put my finger on it, but like whenever like the option to watch like X2 came up, I was like, X2, and I think it's just for me like I feel like it's paced slowly, and like just something about what's his name, the kid who Stryker's son.
Jason Stryker.
Yeah, like there's something super fucking weird about it. I revisited it like last year, and like it wasn't as bad as I remember it being. But like for whatever reason, it was always like the black sheep of the family in my mind. You
regard this like the lowest of the original X-Men trilogy?
Yeah.
And then
I mean, the first is still my favorite, and I'm excited to watch this again because I was telling Sam, I mean, watching like the DVD version that's not the TV cut, it's been a long time since I've seen that. But this is that movie where I think I was talking about it last time, where most of the people I ever talk to X2 about talk about two scenes and nothing else. So I'm curious to rewatch the movie that's not just the Nightcrawler scene and the Wolverine pissed off scene, because there's like a lot more movie left, and I'm trying to remember. Like
it's all 2 hours and 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's like first act. That's first act stuff.
I don't remember as much of the rest of the movie, so I'm curious to rewatch it and kind of see what I think about it at the end. But I remember really liking it. I mean, it definitely goes big,
Josh, got anything before we get started?
It's nice to see them have a budget to actually expand upon some of the mutants' actual abilities this time, and to really get more fights in.
Yeah, though they still had and I'll mention this during the opening titles, they had a last-minute budget cut for this too. Anyway, without much further ado, let's get this thing rolling.
Yeah, so we are watching my standard DVD copy of it. You should be fine watching it with whatever version you have, as long as it's not some sort of director's cut that I don't remember them coming out with. But go ahead and just pop in your thing. We got the movie ready to go. Counters at all zeros. And I will give you a countdown and tell you to hit play in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play.
Yeah, like Josh was alluding to, they obviously had more development time and more of a budget than they did in the first film. But some things got cut. The first time we see the X-Men in this film, they were originally supposed to be hanging out in the Danger Room. And they actually built the set, but then they were like, we don't have the budget for the shit in the Danger Room. And they were like, oh, well, fuck.
We don't have a CGI budget.
They were originally supposed to, instead of having Lady Deathstrike, played by Kelly who plays what? Is it White Tiger in Arrow?
Yes.
Yeah, instead of having her as Lady Deathstrike, they were originally supposed to have Sabretooth and Toad come back, and Nightcrawler was supposed to...
they had Toad come back.
They were supposed to have a big Nightcrawler versus Toad fight in the Weapon X facility, which would have been baller.
Yeah, I would have loved that. Seeing Ray Park.
without the weird galloping shit.
Also, there's
both of them would be doing it.
Oh, it would have been obnoxious as hell.
Also,
it would have been a cool scene aside from galloping wire shit.
Also, with the introduction of Nightcrawler in this one, there's a connection they don't make in the film with his backstory.
There's a nod that Bryan Singer puts in there, but he leaves it to the viewer's imagination about the parentage of Nightcrawler.
Exactly.
Which wasn't immediately addressed in the comics either, It was something that was later I'm not going to say thrown in, to make it sound like they just kind of.
How does that hyperactive X2? Yeah, it's X2.
It distorts reality. It's so heavy.
Yeah. They could have saved a lot of the budget by not doing this stupid opening scene.
They had to one up the last one, man.
Yeah.
We needed jeans again.
Hey, how do you save $100,000? Just X2 and in a fucking slideshow font.
The
Hey, General Washington.
the tour guide is the voice of Jubilee from the animated series.
Oh.
Oh, that's cool.
Do you know how much that game costs? Yeah, $0.25. I can hear it.
I can kind of.
Well, I'm sure, while voice acting, she puts on a different voice. Or
Yeah.
To play up the fact that
Yeah.
she's a teenager in the show.
Yeah,
Oh
just
yeah,
like-
I could definitely hear a
just-
teenage girl in that voice.
Just like how they had Beast, play the truck driver in the first movie.
Yeah.
I'd always heard that presidents, they choose a portrait of a president to hang in the Oval Office, like their favorite president. I'm not sure who President Obama has hanging up. I think
Himself.
George W. Bush had
Reagan.
Nice shot of JFK.
Yeah, I think it was Lincoln. He didn't put up his dad. He was like, I know, but I think he felt that would have been too on the nose. I am invincible.
Nightcrawler was in the original script for the original X-Men, but again, because of budget concerns, he was cut. Alan Cumming was always Bryan Singer's number one choice, though.
Inspired casting.
The big reason he didn't come back for any of the sequels is because he didn't like the makeup process, which I think took 6 hours.
Oh, that must have been terrible. I mean, the most of the jumping and hopping around and all that shit looks really good, like that stuff.
But you're not a fan of the
But
gallop.
here it comes.
But
The
yeah,
galloping
this.
is so stupid. Never. And Beast does it so much, and it's just awful.
Were you saying, Josh, that this was your favorite part of the film? The Nightcrawler attack on the White House?
Definitely one of them. Yeah.
Mostly because he
Oh,
just
there
hates the White House.
Yeah. No, that's totally fucking not it. Please don't put me on any list.
That you don't already exist on?
Well, tits.
I mean, to be fair, this is probably, from my memory, this is the best sequence in the movie. Galloping aside.
I mean, it did play heavily into the trailer, and I remember, when they got the expanded budget, they were like, okay, how can we blow this really fucking quickly?
It very definitely sets the kind of more action-packed tone.
Yeah.
Nightcrawler is one of the few superheroes, in a live-action setting, that I'm totally cool with, the hopping around parkour stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Also, because they could have gotten him so wrong, and they got him so right with his abilities.
Yeah, I think the
His tragic backstory.
Well, I feel like Nightcrawler, his depiction in this is a very clear answer to people that thought they weren't close enough to the comics in the first film.
Yeah. Totally. I mean, it's a great scene. I mean, it still looks good today. It's 13 years old, which is crazy.
Yeah.
That CGI smoke.
Yeah, I mean,
It's actually
it
really
looks
good.
Really, really good.
When you said 13 years old, I was like, really?
Yeah.
Knowing full well that it is, because I remember seeing this in theaters.
This is the first X-Men
Actually-
film I saw in theaters.
This is of the classic trilogy. I actually didn't see X-Men 2 in theaters. I'm kind of bummed. I waited till DVD, but I saw X-Men 3 I waited for a while for that one, but I didn't see it in theaters.
Yeah, I saw that opening.
I don't think I saw that one in theaters.
Yeah, I would have taken 2 over 3 any day to see in theaters. We'll get there. I thought they were united.
Picking up where the last one left off with Wolverine checking out the abandoned military base at Alkali Lake, where he's allegedly from.
I remember the last commentary. I think we were all talking about how cool it was to see first time Hugh Jackman be Wolverine and how kind of understated it was. I'm curious to see how it kind of progresses.
Overstated.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, the fact that
it'll
he's
get
wearing a
there.
wig now for his
Yeah,
hair.
it'll get overstated as well. But yeah, I mean, but Hugh
That's
Jackman's
actually the first thing that I look at. I'm like, ugh.
Hugh Jackman's a fucking star, by the time this movie came out.
Yeah, he had basically overnight
Real?
success. Yeah, was that actually a real? Was he actually there?
There's the budget. There's that budget again.
Yeah, some of the effects don't hold up, guys.
just the bamfing does, but fake shit doesn't.
Everyone's gonna be still wowed by the bamfing.
Yeah.
They won't notice he's clearly in front
You
of a green
spent
screen.
all the money on Bamf.
You could have saved the budget there, Singer, by not showing fake Wolverine looking at fake shit.
Or you could have, not
Wolf.
done the wig.
Yeah.
Yeah, wolf friend.
Yeah,
Yeah, well,
Wolverine.
that's where the budget went.
Well, the big reason he's wearing the wig.
Wolverine.
The big reason he's wearing the wig is because there was some overlap in filming with Van Helsing And of course, he had Van Helsing hair, which doesn't look like Wolverine hair.
But a perfect movie.
That was a great movie.
What are you? What are you people?
I want you to
There's
tell
our
your friends
Batman
about
89
me.
reference.
Wolverine gives up so easy. He's like, well, clearly there's nothing here.
I feel like his hair and facial hair
It's changed.
have changed
Yeah,
3 times.
there was that one shot that was terrible. Like,
Reshoots,
he was
baby.
clean
where he's
shaven.
looking, where he's
Oh.
looking at the wolf.
Because that looks
all
good.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's because he doesn't have the wingtips there, so you're like, oh, well, I guess that's his real hair, and then you get some shots.
Oh, he's an animal.
Oh, I get it.
Oh.
When did she win the Oscar? 2005. Monster.
No, she won it for she won it in like 2000.
Monsters Ball. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Monsters Ball, but
Yeah.
she won it in like 2002.
Oh, so she's fresh off the Oscar.
Well, there was rewrites during production because of it to give her more screen time because she was I guess the only Oscar winner in the cast.
So far.
right on.
I guess still, like I'm trying to think if anybody.
I mean, Hugh Jackman
No,
was nominated for
Anna
Les Mis.
Paquin.
Oh, Anna Paquin. Yeah, she predates. Yeah.
Yeah, so she's been there, and she's been there since the beginning. I'm
Past,
staying corrected.
past commentary selves are going, we said that
Yeah.
on the X-Men one.
Sam, you don't pay fucking attention. You're the only one who listens to these when you write the copy.
Seriously. For whatever reason, you listen to the whole thing, even though you don't have it synced up to the movie.
Yeah, I don't listen to the commentaries all the way, but I listen to them enough.
Ooh.
We've got some very, very, very early foreshadowing going on right here, I feel.
I mean, I guess it's not very, very early.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean, it's the foreshadowing begins with her using Cerebro in the last film,
yeah.
but the idea that she's gonna, bite
Build
it.
up towards something.
Yeah.
They really played a long con game with this film series with her.
Well, 3 film con, yeah.
I enjoy the pacing of the Dark Phoenix. They didn't blow their wad too soon.
I think CBR did a list of the greatest comic book stories of all time, and number 1 was the Dark Phoenix saga.
Really, I have that
Yeah.
those issues. Those are probably the most prized possessions in my X-Men comics.
It's my favorite part of the animated series.
I can't speak on any of that.
I think I might have to go with Night of the Sentinels just for.
Scott farts like really big.
Yeah.
He's like, it was me.
Again, Bryan Singer's favorite.
It was me, James Bond.
One of Bryan Singer's favorite, films of all time is Star Trek II, and I mean, it's overt.
Ugh.
Hey, old friends, back again.
He's
Douchers.
aged increasingly fast since the last film.
Oh, Pyro.
Yeah.
That and the fact that he's like a different actor.
Yeah.
I like how one of the guys there looks like young discount Rob Thomas.
Oh, yeah.
That guy kind of looks like a
You mean the ones with the great view?
Yeah.
That lighter should say fuck communism on it.
I think he is preacher.
Yeah.
Remember when you were allowed to smoke in DC malls?
Yeah.
Or in museums?
Inside anything?
Yeah, I don't either.
I do.
The
You're older than I am.
museums?
Well, I mean, okay, fine. Not specifically museums, but
Yeah.
I don't.
I remember malls having the please don't smoke signs.
I remember Springfield Mall having ashtrays.
Yeah.
We're in trouble now.
Oh, these poor actors just had to stop.
Yeah.
Wait, you mean they're not actually frozen?
No, I hate to break this to you. It's a movie.
Oh.
That's the Sam Stone face right there.
That's the Sam
That's
Stone.
also.
That's the Sam Stone O face.
Yeah, that's usually not ice on my
It
chin.
happened. It was me, James.
I was the author of your time freeze.
Time freeze. X-Men 2 Time freeze. Oh, I forgot that was fucking Cyclops in the background. I'm like, that is moving a lot.
Falls over, breaks nose.
Yeah.
Shatters into a million pieces.
Oh, there's an X on the shirt.
Oh, nice. They only stopped time in this local vicinity.
Well, they didn't stop time. They froze everybody,
Oh,
like their
Well,
minds.
you know,
Xavier can't freeze time.
I want him to be a chronomancer.
I like that. That's a nice touch that they do throughout the series. I remember especially in the First Class series. Now, with Cyclops' glasses, because his eyes are open, is he just constantly shooting into those lenses?
Yes.
That would be just hell on earth.
Suppose, yeah. I guess it absorbs it,
It'd
right?
just be like loud. It's like,
It's either the material or the color that's the exact frequency of the beam that fires out of his eye, which
Yo, Jinx, get at us.
Yeah.
negates it.
Hold on.
It's like
I will message her and see if we can get a real-time update from her.
it's like a laser tripwire where it fires into a mirror but doesn't bounce back. So when the beam is broken, the alarm goes off.
It, yeah.
Same kind of concept with his glasses and the visor he wears.
I like it when you led the Super Troopers.
I like when you play Daphne's dad on Frasier.
I was kind of bummed they didn't bring him back for X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Yeah, I love Brian Cox.
Yeah, who is the striker they used for Origins? Was it?
Danny Houston.
Hey, it's that guy.
I feel like Brian Cox would be a fun guy to have on, just sitting with us.
Yeah.
Even when the movie's not in, he's just here talking about Dirty Harry or something.
Yeah.
I feel like he'd bring some real gravitas to the podcast.
Remember when you're Tim Roth's uncle and Rob Roy? Here's Kelly Hu. I think the big movie I remember, I mean, obviously this one, but the biggest role I remember her in was in The Scorpion King.
You know, it's a nice touch, like a nice, like little, like cute movie thing to have her like cracking her knuckles and they be like sounding weird. But it's fucking adamantium. You can't crack adamantium.
Well, it's disjointed where the knuckles are.
I'm just saying.
There's nitrogen bubbles in your joints.
Would it change the noise of your popping knuckles that much? It's
Yeah.
still
Instead of the
magnesium?
bone,
I can't honestly
Yeah.
answer because the metal doesn't exist.
man, that's a good point.
I like how they're like, hey, yeah, we noticed that you have a fucking jet under your basketball court. NSA, baby. This is the X-Men in the Age of the Patriot Act.
Now, in these films with Stryker and everything, they would allude to the fact that Wolverine and what created him was a U.S. program in this version.
I suppose, yeah. Which they also elaborate on in X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Well, they
He even straight up, they're like,
General
you got to do it for your
Washington.
country. And he's like, dude, I'm Canadian.
right, I guess. Yeah, because in the comics, it was the Weapon X was a Canadian thing, wasn't it?
Department H, which is an offshoot
Yeah.
of the
You mean like
Canadian
depth?
intelligence. Yes. Review available now.
Well done, Chris.
That was a
well
nice
done.
plug. I
You two
tossed
say.
it up. You laid it in.
Wasn't Brian Cox also the original Hannibal Lecter?
Yes, and Manhunter.
He's a manhunter.
Is that the one with
Jaden or Manny Patinkin?
Jaden
Pinkett's
Smith.
Yes. No, not Manny Patinkin. The guy from the who was
CSI?
the first dude
William
from,
Peterson.
Yes.
Yeah. God, that was a great movie.
Directed by Michael Mann.
Ooh, no wonder why
Much
I like it.
The Keep. My Laserdisc.
Michael Manhunter.
My super rare Laserdisc.
In case you forget who I am, I've got...
She did the thing.
No, this is the first film where her eyes are digital. She doesn't have to wear these like restrictive contact lenses anymore like she did in the first film. They actually took her like suggestions.
I love Anna Paquin.
Hey guys, remember me, Colossus? I don't speak.
He has like a line or two, and originally
Some children.
I remember he
Or
carries
something
just
like that.
is it in this one or the third? He's just carrying a fucking big screen TV under his
third
arm
one
like
he's
it's nothing.
carrying the TV.
Third one.
Second one he kicks the shit out of some people.
Guess who's back, motherfucker? That was a weird hug.
Well, she can't touch him with her bare skin.
Wish she had her gloves on.
Yeah, but her face and
Yeah,
his
just be
chest.
careful with.
It was a weird hug.
It was a weird hug. I wonder, like, what about her hair too? Like,
I've got first degree frostbite now, you cunt.
That's okay. He'll heal.
This is how I like to jerk off. Thanks. You helped me out. So look at my tits.
Yeah, look who's not wearing a bra. Did you ever see Swordfish?
Yeah.
'Cause in between the first X-Men and X2, they made Swordfish together.
Good times.
And the entire movie is just like so saturated. Like it's just like
Yeah.
an orange
It is.
saturation.
It is.
You're saying that like it's a bad thing.
I'm sorry. Wouldn't it be great if in this scene Wolverine was like 5 foot whatever and just so much smaller? Like,
Yeah.
hey, good to see you again,
Yeah.
Bob.
He's like, he's Danny DeVito size.
I'm Man Spider. They're like, they're all hanging out in the fucking X Mansion watching, it's movie night. And they're like, yo, where's Logan? And they like, everyone's so crowded that he's sunk into the fucking sofa and crawls out butt ass naked like Danny DeVito.
Yeah, and
It's me, the
Christmas special.
Wolverine. Being birthed from the leather sofa.
You kid and joke, but I can imagine that actually of happening with them.
Burn.
At least you returned it.
Oh, he's reading the
He's reading the Once and Future King.
I'm listening to that on audio
It's a good one.
book. You know how long it is an audio book?
It's fucking
30
enormous.
hours.
Yeah. It's about the Once and Future King is the story of King Arthur.
It's fucking badass.
Is that where they got the story of like Merlin and the Knights of the Round Table?
The
Sword and Stone.
Sword and the Stone.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Knights of the Round Table is based off of the adventures of King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table by Howard Pyle.
So,
And I believe that's the first edition too of the Once and Future King.
this security guard here,
And then Quentin Tarantino destroys it.
he later goes on to have a major role in the series Supernatural as a demon that helps Dean escape from purgatory.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I should know
Several
that because I saw
episodes
that.
long.
Yeah, the fact that he can't grab on anything because it's all glass.
Oh.
That's why you hire Serena McKellen.
Yeah.
So is that how the kids do acid these days?
Remember him in Extras?
Oh yeah. Say
Fucking fantastic.
Ian. You
Yeah.
shall
Yeah.
pass it. Ian, say it.
See, I take this book home and I memorize the words.
What about Patrick Stewart on Extras? It's like, what? You have any tips? Yeah. Read the lines.
Yeah. I've seen everything. I've seen it all.
There's some great bloopers between the two of them.
Yeah.
I love that Sir Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart are like best friends. In real life.
Oh yeah. I
They
wish
were at the Empire State Building when I was working there.
I would have loved to have seen Waiting for Godot on Broadway with them.
I see that comic. Be great.
I have the comic where Jean Grey switches Wolverine's mind with Spider-Man.
I have the comic.
Well, that's
where
gotta be fucking one hell of a mind trip.
Written by Brian Bendis.
Oh, so it is.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. He can do that.
Oh.
For everyone that didn't see the first film, he can heal.
I have the comic where I think it's Captain Britain and Deadpool switch minds. The front cover is great, where Captain Britain has like a fucking cowboy hat on and boots or whatever, and Deadpool is like with the bowler cap and like the cane, like the Avengers, like that other Avengers.
The better Avengers.
Now,
I should have bought that on Laserdisc.
I
Pretty
was
sure I
always
looked for it.
under the opinion that when in this, cerebral room, Professor X is the only one that could ever actually see what's going on. Everyone else is like, what the hell is he looking at?
I think it's like a room that projects his connections with... Yeah,
And
otherwise...
clearly this posits that anyone inside the room can see it.
Yeah, clearly Wolverine's reacting.
But I always would have liked to have felt like
I-
the other way around.
I feel the same way. I thought it was just whoever has the headset on can see it.
Just an amplifier.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
and it's like, what the hell is he looking at, guys?
I think First Class posits that that's the case, because I don't know if anyone else can...
Yeah, I feel
react.
like Xavier. Yeah, well, couple weeks.
Yeah, I haven't seen that film in a year or two.
I feel like I only saw it in theaters and I haven't seen it since. And you're Magneto. Seen that scene a couple times because I had to search for it for our old video show that never happened.
Memories.
For better or for worse. Can you read my mind?
Oh, Jesus. There's no mind to read.
Logan, there's too much porn in there.
And Canadian bacon.
Bullshit.
Ooh. Only like $20 for the Avengers on Laserdisc.
Which one?
$20.
The one with Sean Connery as a Grateful Dead bear.
Oh, okay. The best one.
Yes. Yeah, featuring.
I don't
Uma
know.
Thurman.
I don't know any other movies with Sean Connery as a Grateful Dead bear.
The
I
best-
own the original series that was spawned out of on VHS, so.
With Patrick McNee and Dinah Rigg.
Yeah.
She's in extras as well. With the episode with Harry Potter.
Daniel Radcliffe. She gets a condom on her head.
Jesus Christ. Poor woman.
She's also in Diana Rigg, not Halle Berry. Is also in fucking Game of Thrones.
That's right.
Ooh.
She's Natalie Dormer's character's mother.
Ooh.
What are you more excited about, Natalie Dormer or Diana Rigg?
Sam, I can't make that kind of choice.
He can't think while his boner is that hard.
All the blood rushing to your penis.
I mean, you get Diana Rigg from the Avengers and Natalie Dormer in general.
She's
Choice can be made.
She's also in Sam's favorite Bond film.
It's true.
Yeah, that's right. James Bond marries.
Diana Rigg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actual, not a character, not Countess Tracy DeVenzo, Dinah Rigg.
Yep.
We had a lot of Easter eggs in the computer that Mystique accesses. So
Yeah.
keep
Jamie
an eye.
Maddox. Right? Who's the.
Madrox, yeah,
Mad-
multiple man.
Yeah.
Also a reference to like Remy LeBeau, the twins, which we now know are Quicksilver and the other motherfucker.
The Scarlet Witch.
Yeah. Yes, that's the one. But yeah, a lot of blink and you miss it. Look, see, there he is, Remy LeBeau, and there's Silver Samurai.
Mm.
The only reason why I know anything about Jamie Maddox or Madrox or whatever it was is because
There's like a photo. Look at that picture. It's like a fucking Snapchat filter.
for an embarrassing amount of time I was into the Insane Clown Posse, and one of the Insane Clown Posse's side acts is is Twisted, and one of the two members of Twisted calls himself Jamie Maddox in tribute to.
Did anybody see the folder for Franklin Richards?
No.
The daughter, son, because Franklin's a male name, sorry. Son of Reed Richards and Susan Storm.
Hmm.
Does that make this
Oh.
the best Fantastic Four movie ever made?
All expanded universe we never got.
The team up that we were long promised.
Mm.
Mm.
Imprimito páginas.
For some reason, my DVD player is giving us Spanish subtitles just to printed words on screen, not like dialogue. So every time words are on the screen, I giggle.
If your copy is doing that, tweet at us.
Zach.
Yes, Zach.
Maybe Jenks since it's X-Men, but she doesn't like the X-Men movies, so probably not.
Yeah. She still hasn't responded.
Yeah.
Probably because it's so late and she has a...
Estoy tirando la basura.
That was actually in Spanish.
So where are the English subtitles?
He did just say it in English.
But where are the...
I like how he stares at his double I'm you, and then leaves.
I guess I had a brother who was hired.
Remember always hearing that
Boston.
fucking doctors and smarter people than me always said if you came across your
Doppelganger.
doppelganger or clone of yourself, you wouldn't recognize it.
Yeah. because you don't see yourself as other people see yourself, and you would be seeing yourself as other people see yourself.
So that person would think it. Well, a person would be probably more weirded out that there was another cleaner there, like another fucking custodian, than the fact that it looked like him.
Yeah, like you might notice similar traits, but you wouldn't be like, "That's an exact copy of me."
Yeah, they said if you were like at a bar and you saw yourself, you wouldn't recognize yourself.
What if you saw a copy of yourself in a mirror while staring at yourself? Would you recognize yourself then?
I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I didn't stay at a Holiday Inn either.
I do like that they kept the character's Catholic background.
And German.
Yeah. Ich bin der Teufel. My eyes are white. That means I mean business.
Hey,
Why doesn't
Superman
he ban-
Returns.
He couldn't see where he wanted to land. Also, he would land still with the same momentum wherever he went to, right?
It's fiction.
Yeah.
I know. I'm just trying to remember exactly how his powers work.
I think it's a relocation thing. I don't know how much the momentum
Carries with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like Portal.
There's a sequence where we see him in free fall, where he does when he teleports back. I don't think he's in free fall, but we're about to find out.
I think they do address it later on.
Again, we'll get to that scene. Come on, Cohagen, give these people air. Give them the air.
I see you at the party, Richter. Maybe I'll choose fucking Total Recall.
You can
love that
sit on
movie.
it, but you can't take it with you.
God, I love Total Recall.
It's a good one.
I think I have that on Laserdisc.
What's the cover for that?
I've gotten to the point where I don't remember if I have movies on Laserdisc.
You need to come up with like a spreadsheet.
I had an app, like a collection app, but when I got my new phone, I lost all that data. Kept all my phone numbers though, because I know how to fucking back up phone numbers.
Josh, he's got 3 fingers. Don't you love it that he only has 3 fingers per hand?
Yes.
Which better to pleasure yourself?
Can you read my mind?
Wolverine.
Will he have no memories?
I was always annoyed that the way he escapes in this film isn't the same way he escapes in X-Men Origins Wolverine. Like, he clearly runs out into the snow in this film, and in the prequel, he jumps down a waterfall.
Yeah, it's like they didn't watch their own movies.
Baraka. What a shit superpower.
Siri Polsa.
Are you kidding? Josh would love it.
I don't need a remote anymore. But like, is that it? Can he just change the channel by blinking? And does he even?
He also doesn't have to sleep.
Yeah. Does he? But can he control whether the channel goes up or down? Can he choose which channel to go to, or does he have to just cycle through all of them? Because nowadays, now that I have like over 1,000 channels on my TV, that's gotta fucking suck if you can only go up one.
I changed the channels with my Kinect and my voice. Who needs mutant powers?
Yeah, see, Sam, Josh doesn't like it.
Not even the necessity not to sleep, or the ability to not need sleep.
Who says I need sleep?
Looks like it.
You got bad breath, Bobby.
I wouldn't drink that anymore. Who knows where his frost breath has been?
Right?
That's Bryan Singer as the...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Matter Remember how last
Damn
commentary
it, I
I
missed
said?
it.
Yeah, remember how last commentary I said Bryan Singer didn't cameo in any of his movies?
Mm.
Oopsie daisy.
How's that foot taste?
I don't know. I'm not Tarantino, so no satisfaction.
Can't get none.
'Cause I try,
Do you try?
and I try, and I try.
No.
Okay, Britney Spears. That's right. I invoked her cover of that.
Yeah, is that your favorite version of it?
No.
Mm.
No, I think I would rather go with the Stones.
Is that your final answer?
No. Not today, Satan.
Don't look at me, Patrick. Don't look at me, Charles. They beat me. I also like the idea that Wrath of Khan has one of Kirk's dirty secrets coming back. X2 has one of Professor X's dirty secrets come back in the form of William Stryker. In the comics, Stryker is a preacher that goes on a evangelical crusade as a zealot. For this movie, they're like, just make him fucking military. That would explain why he's got army men, and then just tie him to the origin of Wolverine to make it easier plot-wise.
Mm. Oh, would you?
Remember, kid, I have metal that comes out of my hand that can slice your head open.
I think to get the PG-13 rating, they had to cut some of this upcoming action sequence. We've never seen the stuff they've shot, but from what I understand, they went a little more hardcore than the censors were comfortable with initially.
I mean, I think the most free form they get with him in his fighting is the Wolverine.
Yeah, but again, to get the PG-13, remember the DVD release with the freeform fight, that was an R-rated cut, where you see him actually fuck up ninjas.
Yeah.
Yeah, they cut that out of the theatrical release.
Huh.
I always love my favorite Magneto line from the movies, at least by Ian McKellen's coming up. Not that one. The one he shouts. There's just something. There's originally a little more of an action sequence here, where Cyclops fights the fucking guards, which they cut away from. There's a full-on fight sequence that takes place while Lady Deathstrike's coming up, but we don't get to see it. It's in the deleted scenes, I think, though. That is deleted footage that I have seen. So, yeah.
That was just for you, Chris.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But they took out what would have been your favorite part, Josh. Cyclops kicking ass.
Because he never kicks ass.
How'd they get in the house?
They used the fucking doors.
They might have. Who knows?
Considering how Charles talk about, I feel sorry for whoever comes to my house, it's like, do you lock the doors, Charles?
No.
Why 3 darts?
Yeah, was 3 darts really necessary as a little kid? Oh, then again, you don't know what his mutant power is. He might have mutant immunity to sedative.
Like Logan?
Sure, yeah.
I like how this guy doesn't even try to use his sedative gun, though. He's just like, let's go fucking full auto. Kitty Pryde, but not Ellen Page.
Ugh.
Apocalypse Now.
This is the end.
Whenever I see helicopters flying over the horizon now, just apocalypse now.
Oh, that's how they got in. They leave the fucking windows open, too.
No, I don't think that's open. Yeah, he said bub.
It's Pee-wee.
Fuck tranquilizers.
See? Windows weren't open. They're just really well clean.
Xavier would have no less. Fuck you.
Thank you, soldier guy.
That's not a knife. These are knives.
Nice. Oh, I like how the fridge even has puncture wounds.
Nice little attention to detail there.
Good job, Bryan Singer. The one
You know
thing
your
you
shit.
did right.
Yeah, not Jack the Giant Killer.
No one could have done right by that, Sam.
He wanted to remake Logan's Run, but it didn't happen.
Oh.
Starring Wolverine.
Yeah. Yeah, not Hugh Jackman. Logan.
Yeah. I would have paid double to see that.
Yeah. Instead of using the weird fire gun. Hey,
Hey.
Isn't Colossus your favorite X-Man?
He is.
Hey, also, doesn't his ability not work like that?
Yeah, I thought it did.
Yeah.
It plates up in segments.
It looked like segments to
That
me.
was
Yeah.
No, that was like expanding out. Like, liquefying over his body.
Like it was segment. It looked like segments to
He's
me.
also not Russian. in
Yeah.
this. I mean, I guess he doesn't. Does he really? I don't remember. Does he talk in this one?
I feel like he has a,
Oh,
Yeah,
there it
but-
is. Yeah, not Russian. so-
originally, he wanted to use a Russian accent like the comic character, and Bryan Singer heard his Russian accent and was just like, no. That's why he doesn't have one.
this way.
Isn't
come this way.
it isn't until Deadpool that he gets one.
Oh,
Yeah.
so good.
But
So
then
good.
again, it's a different actor voicing for the actor playing him.
It's a good choice.
No, well, I mean, it was a completely. You could have been Andy Serkis playing.
It could have been me playing Colossus. Oh, that'd have been sweet.
Yeah, there was a second line.
Yeah. Oh.
Third.
Another line. Damn. Shut up already, Colossus. Jesus.
Yeah.
Maybe my favorite X-Men. We do get the fastball. Not the
Fastball special.
fastball special. That's right. Yeah, the third one. Yeah.
This motherfucker.
Yeah. Out of all the people, it's like that one would suck the most because
Yeah.
first he gets in the fucking
So-
toe.
Did we get the PG-13 rating because also we don't see any blood?
That
Probably,
helps
yeah.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's quite a bit. I think that's
Also,
awesome.
a lot of it's in the dark too. Like you don't actually see like people get impaled.
Yeah. Use your ice powers, Bobby.
He doesn't let loose until the third one?
Iceman.
Yeah.
I mean, he uses his ice powers up coming up in a second, but he doesn't go into ice form until the third one.
Yeah.
That was like the big moment.
Yeah.
Has he ever like? Because again, I have not really read any X-Men comics to say like a couple, and most of them been like Wolverine solo stuff. Has he ever like frozen a wound shut?
Oh, that'd be something cool. I don't remember that happening.
I don't think he's ever gotten to the point where he's needed to worry about that also.
That was like superpose. I'm Hugh Jackman.
Is that a superhero landing?
I want a Tony.
Yeah.
Was he nominated for Les Mis?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That was the year that Daniel Day-Lewis won for Lincoln, so it was like a done deal. But I thought that like if he wasn't up for Lincoln, he had a pretty good chance to win for Jean Valjean. I think he was really good in that movie.
Mm. Oh my God, what have I done?
He was gaunt in the beginning during the like look down and stuff.
Oh yeah,
He didn't drink water for like 48 hours.
Yeah, took all the moisture out of his face.
Mm-hmm. Oh. I like you could see it under his skin, like moving. Animals by Pink Floyd.
Hmm.
You fucked up old hag.
No, Animals by Maroon 5. I'm an animal. Ah.
Remember when they played that on Arrow in the Verdant, and I was like, "Get the fuck out of here! Get
out of here!"
This is why the club closes. That and the fact that they go bankrupt. What is ice?
Ice friend.
I didn't plan for
There's
this.
your fucking Spock and Kirk moment.
Yeah.
I've
Ice.
seen him. I saw that one.
Melt?
Oh, god damn it!
That's right. I have to manage for the children.
Walk away like a hoss. Brian Cox mode. He gets fucking rocked.
Yeah, all the ice hits him in the back.
Concussed.
Oh god! Oh god! I didn't have to go through this shit for Super Troopers.
Next one of you that says shenanigans gets a pistol whipped to the face.
Hey, Farva, what's that? What's your favorite place with the shit on the walls?
Oh, you mean shenanigans?
Go!
It's been too long since I've seen Super Troopers.
They're making a sequel, right?
Yeah, they've been talking about it for like 2 or 3 years.
I thought they were actually working on it, though.
I think it got crowdfunded.
Oh yeah, that's why Jay, however you pronounce his last name, wasn't able to direct the Blue Mountain State movie.
Yeah.
Because I thought that was Toad when I first saw this, and I wanted it to be Toad so bad just because he has the face paint on.
It was supposed to be the original plan, Sabretooth, the return of Sabretooth and Toad as brainwashed mutants. I always felt sorry for Lady Deathstrike because she's technically mind controlled. And then she just gets fucking, like, destroyed.
The way she goes out, I'm just like...
But also, X-23 has never really been a good character either.
Well,
Again,
Lady Deathstrike is not the same as X-23.
Yeah. Lady Deathstrike's a cyborg, actually. X-23 is a clone of Logan.
A lady clone.
With just 2 claws, right?
Mm-hmm.
And foot claws.
Oh, foot claws? Oh. That seems pointless, but...
I thought in the film here she was Lady Deathstrike,
I forgot about
also
that.
X-23 in this film.
I mean, in the movie
'Cause-
version might have, like...
Don't they say she came after him
Well,
in the program here?
his line is like, I always thought you were one of a kind, Logan, but you're not.
Yeah.
I don't think that... They never overtly say she's a clone. In all the press material, she's credited as Lady Deathstrike. They never address her by
And
name.
Lady Deathstrike does have the nails. Not necessarily. I don't think they're really in the comics. I don't think they're adamantium nails, but like
They're sharp and they're there.
yeah.
The weird thing is they have, like, forest camo on their face when they're not in a forest.
Well,
Northern
They did-
upstate New York is a wooded area.
yeah, they did for the assault leading up to the mansion.
Northern
So-
Lights, Cannabis
so
Indica.
They did that when no one was going to attack them in the forest, but then when they got
So
inside,
they
they're
could
like,
sneak to the house.
oh, we look like trees.
It's
No,
a special
It's all-
forces,
they have ghillie
It's all,
suits.
it's all bullshit.
Jake. It's a special forces group in a comic book universe movie.
Yeah, well, they should, but those exist in real life. That's bullshit. This movie's bullshit.
That's it. I'm out of the movie.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is where you call shenanigans.
yeah.
Hey, Farvo, what's the...
That bugged me too much. Because, like, they're fucking wearing, like, gray camo.
Yeah. It just looks cool.
It does.
Yeah, it looks like shit.
Fuck you, Bryan Singer.
Yeah. Read a
You coulda-
book.
You could have gotten this shit right. You got it wrong.
Yeah, you could have made Logan's Run instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a god for a few once. The real prick.
Oh wait,
Oh.
Beast.
Yeah. He was originally...
Not Kelsey Grammer.
He was supposed to show up again in the end of the movie. Rebecca Romaine, I guess at the time, Stamos.
I wish that's how she was credited.
Yeah.
Rebecca Romaine at the time Stamos.
Yeah.
Rebecca Romaine, the
Got-
original writer.
John Stamos sees it and is just like, what does that mean? Like in 2003.
We take Stamos back in time. They're like, dude, you're going to make Fuller House. He's like, bullshit. No, you will, bro. What?
I thought that this was really, really clever.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the R thing that you said was cut back?
Yeah. You like the librarians, don't you, Josh?
Mm-hmm. Shame she doesn't dress like this in that show.
Or do that.
Yeah, to like know a while.
She enjoyed that way too much.
Given what he does to her beloved Eric Lyncher. Yeah.
She doesn't know for a fact what he does.
I'm sure she's like, at least knows that he imprisoned.
It's bad enough that he's the guard assigned to him.
Yeah, shame on him for being assigned a job.
Hey.
Hey, Nazis just followed orders too.
Yeah, they were assigned positions. People still hate Nazis. Me included.
You're gonna argue that one, Josh? No, not everyone.
Not all Nazis. Hashtag not all Nazis.
Hashtag most Nazis enjoyed their work.
I'm a firm believer in most Nazis probably signed up because they were afraid not to.
Hey, speaking of Bryan Singer and
What?
Nazis, he did do Valkyrie, which is a fantastic
It
film.
is.
Dealing with a guy who had German pride but was not a Nazi, a.k.a. Klaus von Stauffenberg.
That's right.
Who?
Klaus von Stauffenberg.
That's like the best German name. Klaus von Stauffenberg.
Yeah.
It's like
My grandfather
that's like
knows
Patrick
his
O'Flannery for Irish people.
son, or knew his son, knows his son.
I'm not in control anymore.
Yeah. I remember the German people were like, "Fuck Tom Cruise," and then they saw the movie and they like gave him like their highest award.
Yeah.
That's a really good movie, man.
It is.
Like it might be my favorite Singer movie because I think it just tells a really interesting story that more people should know about.
Yeah.
Speaking of Nazis, I use this.
The Keep.
Yeah, there's Nazis in the Keep. But no, I use this app on my phone. It's like the Wish app. No, it's
Where's
not.
this going? Where is this going?
It is a shopping app for just buying
Still,
things.
where's this going?
Just buying random things on the cheap. That's where I bought my Bluetooth headphones. That's where I bought a whole bunch of like accessories for my camera.
Yes.
But today, every once in a while, I get suggestions
Dig
about
quickly.
like things to buy, and it suggests like replica Nazi gold, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Jesus.
What link did I click on that put this in my algorithm?
I remember in the first season of It's Always Sunny where they go to the museum with a Nazi uniform and like, I think we've got something, sir, that will make your day. And they show him and he's just like, why did you think this would make my day?
Remember in my brother and I always laugh about this. Remember in X-Men Legends, you can unlock Charles Xavier as a playable character.
Yes.
Whenever you press, whenever you press them to say their names, and they would do a little like jig, and you guys will be able to see it on the commentary. But when you go over and click Charles Xavier, he would go Professor Charles Xavier, and he would go yeah, and he'd point up to the sky, and he'd because he could walk, you're not rolling around in a wheelchair.
Yeah, because on the astral plane when you fight the Shadow King in the first game, you're using Charles Xavier mostly.
Yeesh.
Shadow King's one of my favorite X-Men villains. I feel
Badass.
like he doesn't get enough love.
Yeah.
Now, Stryker's son, what's his...
He kind of has this
Yeah.
he's kind of like Mastermind in that he can like make you believe stuff.
He can augment your reality.
Here's a question. Oh, that's right.
Incept you.
That's right. I was about to say, why doesn't Stryker just use the serum? He literally just said it won't work on your mind. It's too strong. Way to explain it in universe, Singer.
God, Sam, why aren't you paying attention?
Because you were talking about Nazi gold over it.
Now, what's a better phone to have? The X-Men phone or the phone from the Matrix?
Matrix.
Good choice.
Get you out of the world and into the real world. Whoa.
No, those were payphones though that did
Yeah,
that.
well,
This
yeah,
ain't
it
True
had to
Blood
be a
now.
hard line.
Touche,
Yeah.
touche.
Yeah, this ain't True Blood.
You dog.
Oh.
Looking at his baby pictures.
Would you do that to Chloe Sullivan, too?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I think he does.
I hate happy people. That's literally what's going through his head right now.
That or is Hot Topic having a sale right now?
I like that Bobby Drake is really rocking the Steve Jobs look.
Oh yeah,
All he needs is glasses.
And to, touch his chin.
she's not my daughter.
You idiot.
See, I'm cool.
Ha.
What is happening to me? Sucker.
So I was just
Like you said,
it's just-
sucker.
you're just so beautiful.
Hey, more Dr. Pepper.
Hmm.
And beer.
This film brought to you by Miller Genuine Draft.
Piss water. That's what Wolverine says. Oh, look, it's a cat.
I hate cats.
They put
Wolverine, clearly a dog person.
they put iced tea at the end of the tips to get the cat to lick it.
That's funny.
Who the hell are you hippies?
It's the most awkward moment in Wolverine's life, and that dude's full of awkward moments. He's like,
Why does his brother look like a very, very, very young David Duchovny?
Because it is.
It is. The truth is out there.
Me.
Ian McKellen told Bryan Singer to make it Iceman's explanation scene look kind of like a coming out sequence, which makes sense. X-Men face prejudice, Josh. I don't know if this is news flash to you.
Right, no, I'm just trying to remember the character actually did come out as gay recently in the comics or not.
True, yeah, by Brian Bendis.
Yeah.
Man, Bendis is everywhere. He's making Wolverine switch minds and yeah, because there was a lot of kind of subtext in there during the Claremont run. And finally he was just that's why
And following the prophecies made by Bryan Singer.
yeah. Well, I suppose, yeah.
I like the idea that Magneto can apparently sense metal.
We definitely see that in the third film where he senses Wolverine sneaking through the camp. He's like, I can sense your adamantium. It's the most recognizable metal ever.
This is...
This was the most metal thing ever.
It's pretty sweet.
Literally.
Yeah.
Little
was
bowls of metal.
and a throwback to Fatal Attraction,
Yeah.
where Magneto
That's a
literally
shot.
pulls the... Yeah, it is a shot.
Where they could have saved some money by not doing that.
Yeah. But in Fatal Attraction, famously, where Magneto pulls the adamantium out of Wolverine.
Yeah. X-Men number 25.
I think I own that comic.
With a holographic...
Yeah, with the holographic card.
Yeah.
Is that the worst thing that ever happened to Wolverine? Pain index wise? It's got to be up there.
Burns
right?
out his healing factor for
Yeah.
years publishing-wise.
This is mine.
I will stand on this. And
It's a laser
and
disc.
float away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Laserdisc of the Keep.
Which
Brought to
he
you by
was
The
in.
Keep. Was he?
Yeah, Ian
the
McKellen's...
fuck out of here.
Before he was Sir Ian McKellen.
Oh, shit. Is that what got him to Sir?
I
Yeah,
like the smile.
clearly.
We only kind of got a hint of it, the smile on his face where he's like, yeah.
I'm back, bitches. Hold on. Now that I've made that assertion, I'm going to double check and make sure that he was indeed in the Keep. But I'm pretty sure he is. It's been 2 months since I've seen it. Yep, Ian McKellen.
Killing people.
I would have
Your
preferred
art.
history, but okay.
Is the best art.
In the comics, when he's teaching at the school, he teaches history.
I lived it.
Basically, that's the idea. David Duchovny isn't pleased, Josh.
Oh, I remember. Fucking little rat he is.
I like tea.
Yeah, clearly
I'm
the
not
cat
the
does like
parents'
tea.
favorite anymore.
Oh,
Burn sauce. Yo, I'm gonna fly away like a fucking
Oh,
bird.
so Jinx just responded to me. Oh, and she's typing more. Good, because I was about to say it's kind of a short response, but ruby quartz
Oh, for Cyclops'
for
glasses?
Cyclops' glasses.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Which counterbalances.
yeah. The question is, does it absorb or does it? Yeah. No.
Well, hopefully that's what she's typing
It's just
right
like
now.
clearly he's just like this sucks. This is the worst.
Well, it's not like a pressure or anything that's like
Well, no,
when it
but,
comes
like,
out
it'd
through
be-
his eyes or anything.
It'd just be this like constant like zzz, like
As you
going
can-
off in his like eyes.
Yeah. As
You
you can
know.
tell, they expanded the size of the Blackbird,
Yeah.
and it was in the first film.
Hey, Blackbird.
And also, up until the head injury that Cyclops suffers as a child, he's able to control it. After he gets knocked in the head, it's firing at all times.
Oh.
Yeah, when he.
It's something
Him
that
and-
happens in
him
the
and-
orphanage. Him and
Well, it's him and Havoc.
yeah, his brother.
They
Avon.
when their airplane that Corsair is piloting crashes because Corsair and his wife get hijacked by the Shi'ar. When I'm saying this out loud, it doesn't sound maybe the best. Yeah,
Comics. It's okay, Sam.
Alex and Scott escape on they share the same parachute, and when they land, Cyclops hits his head on a rock, and that's why his eye power is uncontrollable.
Yep.
Okay, so I just got an essay. His glasses and visor are made of ruby quartz developed by Professor X. The crystal is said to resonate at the same frequency as the psionic field that that protects Cyclops from his own power. His uniform has his uniform has firing studs incorporated into his gloves and on the sides of the battle visor that can control the visor's aperture. In the event that the visor has a power failure, the apertures are spring-loaded to automatically close, so Cyclops can at least see normally. So it's the resonant frequency
Excellent.
thing.
Yeah.
Nice little like live response.
Yeah.
An update on the abilities of Cyclops.
Thanks, Jinx.
If you are happening to listen to these.
Well, I'm letting her know that she's in the commentary, so hopefully she does. Even though we know you don't like the movies.
Which you're entitled to.
Yeah.
Thanks for clearing that one up. I wasn't sure.
Good to know the X phone works.
X phone, give it to you. No, that's fine.
Oh, that was cool.
What the fact?
Did
that
he see them or did he sense them?
He sees them when he's going towards the glass door. He sees their reflection.
Okay. Oh, I love this.
David Duchovny.
Davy Duchovny.
In the original script, it's Storm that saves the day by using her weather powers as she flies towards, but they didn't have the budget for it. So they just have what we're about to see.
No, he could have retracted his claws before putting his hands up.
Get your head sprung. The thinnest blood trickle.
You can't even generate fire.
but he can control it like a motherfucker.
Yeah, okay, Drew Barrymore.
No, she can generate fire.
Yeah.
The only difference between those two.
Kind of looks like Ryan Atwood, which
Yeah.
is to say Ben McKenzie from Gotham.
No.
It's not. I mean, he's busy doing the OC at this point.
Oh yeah. America's favorite son, or orphan, whatever he was.
It was at that moment we knew.
There's a facial cue that Anna Paquin gives. She clearly, like, when we see the fact that, you know, Bobby's enjoying using the fire, we kind of see her have the same kind of, like, twisted, like, I'm enjoying this too, because she takes his emotions and his memories.
He just pooped out a fucking bullet. I'm good.
I live.
I was in Kate and Leopold.
I found life.
Nice.
Kate and Leopold takes place in the entire time that Hugh Jackman's unconscious. That's what he thinks of.
Yeah, makes sense.
I'm okay with that. It was a
The
good movie.
the premise of that movie would have to be during a fever dream after being shot in the head.
It makes sense.
Oh, cracked his neck with an adamantium skeleton.
Yeah, and it sounded like a regular neck cracking.
I found
Get your
life.
shit straight, Bryan Singer.
Oh.
Looks like young Roger Daltrey.
He's like, go on, kid, try it again.
Never again, family. Never again.
They all ran upstairs to the bedroom.
Yeah.
Would have fired an icicle right into your brother's skull for like selling them out.
Mm.
Why don't you go work for the FBI? Chase flying saucers.
Fuck
He
you,
brought
I've
up
got
the-
more
he-
Broadway shows to do.
He brought up the courage. He's like, today I'm going to make a friend. And he just gets shut down by old Logan. Do you know if Alan Cumming knew how to speak German?
He does.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe it.
Yeah, I mean,
Safe to assume he would.
This isn't real.
You can tell because he's crying.
yeah, he never cries in real life.
One of the things that was cut was more brainwashing scenes with Professor X, and something we don't get in the final cut at all, brainwashing scenes with Cyclops. Bryan Singer was like, why don't we just fucking show him brainwashed? Like, we don't have to see him get there. With Professor X, it's a little more necessary because of what he ends up doing with Cerebro.
Well, tits.
Yeah, it's reminiscent of what happens in Days of Future Past, where they're like, hey, let's have Rogue come in here and do nothing. It's like, why don't we just not have her do it? That's right, I said it. I'm sure I've said it plenty of times before. I don't care for the Rogue cut. I mean, I've never seen it, but I don't think it's necessary.
I was about to say it's kind of integral to the judgment of it.
Okay,
So-
so based on what I've read about what the Rogue cut is, it sounds useless, and I understand why it was cut out of the movie.
Who's this mutant supposed to be?
That's
Or the physical representation of...
It's the Red Queen from Resident Evil, can't you tell?
it's the guy in the wheelchair as a little kid,
Ah.
Stryker's son, whatever the hell his name is.
Jason.
Yeah,
Missiles?
no, one's a whale, the other's a bowl of petunias. It's a reference to Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Really?
No.
Okay.
You have 10 seconds to comply. Drop your weapon.
No one escorts us.
Jinx says awesome.
The Jinx.
Don't do it, Gene.
The Robert Durst story. She probably gets that all the... Probably not, actually. I mean...
For like the month that people were talking about it, she probably got it a couple times. Hey, why don't you buckle in, Wolverine? Oh, she's just like Dr. Alan Grant.
got an Oscar winner.
You've got me.
You've got two. Yeah.
Yeah, but which one has more power behind their Oscar?
Anna Paquin.
I don't know. I'd say the one creating
rough.
cyclones does.
Yeah, but Anna
Paquin
Paquin's a
could do
fairy,
it.
so she's a fae.
If you're into that whole True Blood stuff. Like Joe Manganiello.
I got to get that pop figure.
Joe Manganiello?
Yeah, from True Blood. I think he's the only shirtless one.
You know what would be great? Is if they had a Joe Manganiello in Pee-wee.
Oh,
suit.
in the suit?
I would get that.
Hell yeah.
Right to Funko.
Yeah, right? Hey, Funko.
When your best option is to fucking parachute into a tornado.
Right?
I was born in a crossfire hurricane. Is it run all right? No.
I've been shot.
That's hilarious. Yeah. No.
Phoenix.
More foreshadowing.
I mean, it's
I
her
know.
using her powers.
Yeah,
well,
there it
there's-
is.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that sounded like a phoenix crying. Phoenix.
Now here's where we learn if his momentum stays the same or not.
Yeah.
Probably.
No, because he would have just been like a fucking paste.
Well, he didn't fall for that long after catching her.
But he was like free falling.
'Cause I'm free.
Is everyone all right?
No.
I don't remember the trailer for this, but that should have been the trailer moment.
Prick.
That's Sir Prick to you.
Yeah.
So Ian Prick.
Sir Ian Prick.
Sir Ian Prickellan.
Oh, look, they have new uniforms again.
Get it? 'Cause I teleport.
They're united.
It kind of reminds me of X-Men Legends 2, where you can use Magneto,
Mm-hmm.
or X-Men 2 Clone Wars on the Sega Genesis, where, again, you can use Magneto.
So wait, this
Magneto was awesome in the game, too. He was super awesome.
this film would lead you to believe that Charles Xavier, while plugged into Cerebro, could kill off any population if he chose to.
Yeah.
Yes, he's the most powerful telepath in the world.
Well, by that logic, would technically make him the most powerful mutant.
Certainly one of them.
With the assistance of Cerebro.
It amplifies his abilities.
Right.
Also, it was nice that...
I guess it's a good thing he decides to fight for good.
yeah. Use his powers for good.
Imagine if Superman didn't.
Yeah.
We don't have to. There's comics that have done that for us.
Yes. It's called Irredeemable by Mark Waid.
Or the Gods Among Us.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Injustice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
For some reason, I couldn't remember Injustice.
First Son.
Red Son.
Red Son. Thank you, Sam.
And Superman Apocalypse,
Mm-hmm.
where he gets raised by Darkseid.
Yeah.
Dark side.
Darkseid?
Awkward.
God, Logan, look beyond skin deep.
Yeah, seriously, Logan. Get a
With your-
job.
With your senses, you'd think you would have figured that out.
Get a job, you bum. You bum, Logan. Bum. Bummer.
Bub.
I know by the time this comes out, it'll be at a different episode, but are you guys caught up on Supergirl?
I am, as of the recording of this episode, of this commentary.
Yeah, that's what it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
A new episode tomorrow, right?
Yes, sir. It's called Manhunter, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm a manhunter.
I mean, I think the episode after that, showing when we're recording this, but the episode, not that it matters, but the episode after that is World's Finest.
Oh.
Flash and Supergirl. I mean, as much as I love Supergirl, the Flash, I don't know how they're going to have the race, but if the Flash doesn't win the race, then the Flash is pointless. Because, like, in the comics, they've always had that thing where, like, Superman and the Flash are kind of, neck and neck. But then in Flash Rebirth, fucking the Flash and Superman are racing, and the Flash just blows him away. Because the famous line, gross, is, those were all for Charity Clark, and he just sonic booms.
Yeah. Yeah, no, the Flash technically has to be faster.
He has to
than
be, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Superman.
because then what's the point?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he is the fastest man alive.
Although, he could be the fastest man alive, but Supergirl could be faster than him.
Because she's a woman.
This is my fight song. Take back my life song. It's a great song.
Yeah, that's great and all, but I hope not.
It was in the trailer for the pilot, and they've never used it since.
Yeah, well, at least they didn't decide to pull hey, we're going to play this song every single opening.
Oh, I love it. I love that song. I don't know who sings it or if it's called Fight Song, but I love it.
I should know, but I don't.
It's in a car commercial too.
Yeah. Oh, it's in it's either Chevy or Jeep commercial.
Yeah. I feel like Jeep.
Yeah, but at least they don't pull like a Remy Zero.
Oh. I love that song. I hear it 218
Somebody
times.
save me.
Yeah, after the 100th time, it's like, no.
It's weird
no
because
one's coming to save you.
If you listen to the song, like I don't think you ever hear the verse, any of the verses during the opening credits. And the verse is like it's you can tell it's the same song, but it is very different than the chorus. I think it's a good song, and like I said, to hear it that much and still kind of jam on it.
How long does it take him to realize it's not who he thinks it is?
He should
He should know. He should be able to smell it.
But it's not until
he's allowing himself to believe
that. And he remembers, oh, hey, I stabbed you.
Dick.
Oh.
Yeah, he should have known it was her, like, when she walked through the... Yeah, that's what he wants. I think probably he was just letting himself believe it until the scars.
Did they ever say why we got that version of Mistaken, not the one with, like, the skull belt and,
I imagine Bryan Singer wanted it to be very sexy. Because you got Rebecca Romaine Stamos. Might as well use her.
Yeah, I don't know why he went with scaly Mystique. It's the least intimidating taking my glove off sequence ever. They're like school kids, like taunting him. You're like a god amongst insects.
It's not on that side.
That's probably what.
That's what the comics say.
That's what Ian McKellen's like, probably in real life.
Yeah.
Just sits there looking off into space.
This has to do with superheroes, but reading the Miracle Man run, and there's that one moment where Kid Miracle Man is like fucking shit up, and that one little kid runs up and he's like, "Are you Superman? I love your films. Are you Superman?" He's like, "I'm Superman," and he picks the kid up and throws him as hard as he can, and Miracle Man has to catch him and break some ribs, and his mom's like, "Fuck you, fuck you." It's worth reading.
I want Ian McKellen to tell me that every day of my entire life.
You wake up and he's like, Sam, you're a god amongst insects.
Don't let anyone tell you different.
You know, you just have that quote tattooed onto your forehead, and every time you look in the mirror.
But it's not Ian McKellen saying it.
It'd have to be backwards, too.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Memento style.
Jubilee's supposed to be one of these kids, too, right?
Yeah.
Now I say,
Okay, Colonel Sanders.
Yeah, where's that ad campaign, KFC?
yeah, he keeps switching the colonel. Why don't you give it to him?
Though I feel like I haven't seen Cox in anything lately.
Oh, I'm sure you've seen plenty of Cox lately.
Well done, Chris. Well done.
I mean,
Out of
we
all the times it's been mentioned over a year plus, and I still laugh.
I feel like that's the first time Sam has said Cox
And not meant it, yeah.
I mean, during this commentary in general, because he said
Is
Brian
Wolverine
Cox
the only
a
one
bunch of
wearing the same outfit from the first movie?
Does he have green
Don't
eyes?
walk through it. Oh, god damn it.
I think it's changed a little bit. Because
That's right, the other one was like...
all black?
Yeah, it didn't have the stripes.
Oh, it
Yeah,
didn't
this
have
one
the-
has like...
The details.
Yeah.
Yes.
Debris.
We get even closer to his iconic outfit, but still not enough.
Yeah, it's still bullshit.
Yeah.
Still not good enough for you, Josh.
I just say the next guy to play Wolverine just from the go, man. Put him in that suit. Hashtag put him in that suit.
Hashtag suit or we riot.
He's wearing the same sweater as Watson and Sherlock. When it cuts back to Cox.
It's an old military thing. Or I guess just...
How do you think her mutant ability allows her to do that? Mimic the voices.
Change up the vocal cords.
When she becomes someone, she takes everything, including the vocal cords.
That's got to be quite a powerful mutant ability to have, too.
Does she take the blood, though?
I mean, if she did, she'd become the greatest source of blood transfusions in the world.
Right?
She could just become
Whatever
type.
type
is needed the most, or is the most universal, which is positive. Thank you, Sam.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be playing Marlon Brando in a TV movie called Elizabeth, Michael, and Marlon.
Oh, I wonder if he's Marlon. You said, yeah, I know.
No, he's actually Elizabeth.
Yeah.
It's very controversial role.
Mm-hmm.
Gender bending, in fact. We get...
Now that was cool.
We get one of the cooler middle fingers. Oh, God. Oh, should we stop shooting? No.
Yeah.
Middle finger.
Yeah.
That's like a GIF extraordinaire.
Yeah. I don't know how it can slide on the floor, but here's my middle
Oh.
finger.
He was in Pixels. That's why you haven't seen him in a while, because you didn't see Pixels.
Just taking the old break.
Another middle finger?
That's a better gift.
That's
though.
the best Brian Cox
Yeah.
gift you'll ever get.
He's in what the fur? How many Bourne movies is? Yeah,
I feel like that's like a
That-
me line.
yeah. How many was he just in one Bourne movie or
He's in the first two.
first two? Okay,
Yeah. Wait.
I'm getting his character confused with
Yeah, does he get
what's
popped
his
in the
face?
second?
He kills himself.
Yeah.
So he gets
Chris
popped
Chris
by his
Cooper.
own hand.
I'm getting confused with Chris Cooper.
Yeah.
Oh, he was in Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This is what I do during our commentaries.
Yeah.
I spend like
Dawn
5
is so
minutes
good.
looking at IMDb for the people that are in the movie that we're watching.
I got to rewatch those movies because War of the Planet of the Apes is coming out
And-
when 17.
Yeah.
I think so.
Oh, it's gonna be fucking awesome.
I like it that you're trying to get through this door in waves. Kind of like
Phantom Menace.
Yeah. Get out of my head, Sam. But yes. But seriously, get
Storm's
into
Storm's
it.
coming.
Hey, he was in Braveheart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And Rob Roy as Tim Roth's character's uncle.
Mm.
I remember I thought it was funny but kind of fucked up that in one of the Batman v Superman magazines or Empire, one of the magazines that it was featured in, it had like the list of all the actors and musicians and people who side with Batman or Superman. And I'm pretty sure Brian Cox chose Superman. He had a really long, lengthy thing. But for most people it was like, Jennifer Lawrence, and it just said Jennifer Lawrence, or Jake Gyllenhaal. For Brian Cox it said Brian Cox parentheses the actor. And I was like, oh, does that mean that people don't know who Brian Cox is? Because that's a bummer. Unless there's like some famous Brian Cox singer. Or it's just, maybe he's a singer as well. Who knows?
But for the purposes of that article, he wanted to make sure that they knew it was
He's
for
the-
his thespian
Yeah,
ability.
he's the actor. What if it said Brian Cox, parentheses, X2's Brian Cox?
Yeah. Actor Cox.
Yeah.
Mm.
Frasier's Brian Cox.
Television's Brian Cox.
Television's Brian Cox. He's good on Frasier, man. The drunkard, Daphne's dad. Those knees, or back of those knees.
Them calves.
Yeah. Feet?
There is a Brian Cox physicist.
Oh, well, of course.
I feel like I've heard of that one.
I mean, he's verified on Twitter, so he must be pretty famous.
Yeah.
Just like Dr. Brian May.
Yeah. Is Brian Cox have a Twitter where it says at Brian Cox the actor?
I should check.
No, it's probably at X-Men 2's.
Yeah,
Brian Cox.
X-Men 2's Brian
Super
Cox.
Troopers Brian
Yeah.
Cox. Manhunters.
Super Troopers 2's Brian Cox.
Yeah, and each one's a different Brian Cox persona throughout the years.
Oh, Brian Cox, the physicist, is an English physicist and former musician.
So there you go.
Oh.
Is Empire a British magazine?
Yes.
Then there you go. Problem solved. Next song.
What is the next song?
It's from Tenacious D.
I got it.
The machine farted.
This set is the same set as the Cerebro from the X Mansion. All they did was after they filmed all the X Mansion scenes, they're like, "All right, cool, make it look like shit now." And they're like, "All right, cool."
This is the best part. My favorite part of the trip. I really like.
Love me, Dad.
I have different color eyes like David Bowie.
Now, is his son under control, or... Okay.
He had him like lobotomized and some shit. That's why he's got the big scar on his head.
Right, because I gotta imagine his son would have a hard time convincing himself, wait, this is also gonna kill me. Yeah, let's do it.
Well, those two are protected because they're in Cerebro. Otherwise, Professor X would kill himself.
That actor has almost as easy as a job as fucking Dennis. What's his face in Amazing Spider-Man 2?
Dennis Leary?
Dennis Leary, thank you.
Yeah, I just looked disapproving.
And die.
Actually, he's probably got an easier job.
That's pretty easy for Dennis Leary. At least looking disapproved.
This actor gets to sit down the whole time. Dennis Leary had to stand. Or he sat in a car for a second, I guess. Hello. Oh, wait a second. Oh, that's right. Cyclops is in this movie.
Yeah, they were kind of bummed that.
I know, we almost got rid of him.
Well, they were bummed that he didn't have more to do.
And that's why he left.
It's true. It's true.
Well, that, he was also busy with something else after this one.
He follows his director buddy, Bryan Singer.
Can you hear the people scream?
Now, is Jubilee supposed to be one of these ones? Or...
Yes, she's supposed to be the one with the blanket over her shoulders. It looks like the same set from Captain America where they build the Nazi war machine.
Oh, yeah.
It even has the same kind of like cylindrical design.
Very well could be.
They filmed this sequence, this sequence in an actual dam. They just kind of made it look decrepit.
Phoenix.
Listomania.
And then broke it.
Well, I guess that proves his powers aren't explosive, but concussive.
Which would be correct.
Yep. Well done, film. Well done.
I'm crying.
We're leaving.
If your dam is leaking, it's time to get the fuck out.
I'm good again.
It's okay, Scott.
Thought I lost you, boy.
I'll get you back
Thought I
for it
lost
in the
you.
next
I
film.
thought you did too, sir.
Hat just fucking rolls back in the frame. Classic. Why does the floor move?
These lights mean nothing.
They do exist.
No! It's like Patrick Stewart in that TV show, and he just can't get the toilet seat cover.
Oh, Blunt Talk? For God's sake!
For God's sake! And then the fucking soap in the water.
Still the best moment in Blunt Talk.
God, one of the best Patrick Stewart moments. He was also in Frasier.
And a little thing called Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Indeed.
Yeah, you may have seen it.
Yeah.
Also shows up in the series premiere of Deep Space Nine.
TV's Frasier's Patrick Stewart.
Yeah, I hear that Star Trek, they didn't go on for too long.
Yeah. After 7 seasons, they were like, "This is wash."
Yeah. I hear the film prospects were just shit for it as well.
Was that show still on when they made this movie?
No, it went off the air in '94, and then though at this point,
A couple years earlier.
the previous
the movies though.
the previous year was the last Next Generation film.
Okay.
So there was a next gen movie between X and X2.
Yeah, Nemesis with Tom Hardy as young Patrick Stewart.
Jake's favorite one.
Yeah. You know, I saw Legend. I've watched Legend finally.
Any
It
good?
was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was one of those times where it was one of those times where the I can't do that.
I
He's
really
my
wanna see it.
brother. I can let you borrow it.
Yeah.
Got on Blu-ray. Yeah.
Word.
It's. I think it's one of those movies where the Rotten Tomato score, like of 60-some, pretty much is accurate to the. Brutal though. It's some fucking brutal shit going on in that movie.
60% good movie.
Speaking of brutal, we're about to see a very brutal
It's pretty good.
kill scene.
And a very the most brutal fight scene in the film.
Mm.
Did I make these?
The scene where he's
Don't tease me, Singer. That's classic.
the scene where he was running naked, apparently. So he's running through the set like naked, and he turns the corner, and all the female members of the cast and James Marsden's mom were there, like, and they were like cheering him on and waving dollar bills.
That's hilarious.
How rude.
I always did like the Logan that's escaping from the facility and has like the massive, what looks like a VR helmet on his head.
Oh yeah,
That's my
in the
favorite.
comic,
That's like the best Logan.
Yeah.
I got a bunch of those Weapon X issues at McKay's the other week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you were there.
You get.
It was the same time I got the Ghost Rider with a pool cue through his mouth.
I knew that. I didn't know. I must have. The Ghost Rider outweighed the Weapon X, I guess. Face.
Bring the noise.
Back. Bye. He forgets the code. He's like, shit. I feel like that was a big moment.
Remember that Family Guy episode where they all get superpowers and Meg gets the ability to grow her fingernails long?
Yeah.
That's what I think of every
And
time I see her.
they mock
Ow.
her
Did
for
that,
it.
Did that break the skin? No, but Al, though. Stewie's what, like super smart. Peter can turn into anybody. I don't know what Brian's thing is. And I don't remember what Lois's is. This is terrible. Not the fight scene that I can't remember shit.
I like that they have the little bits of
Falling.
pipe falling. Does she have healing too? I forget.
I hope so.
Your question will be answered now.
And she has smoother skin.
That would have been the perfect time for another. Oh shit! But more drawn out on the shit.
Oh shit.
Yeah, like that.
We're we're flying.
Yeah. Don't look, just fly.
God.
Brutal fucking
Yeah.
like wind chung.
That reminds
style.
me in Dark Knight Rises when Bane just goes fucking ham in the end. It's awesome. This part sucks.
Always sucks to be Wolverine.
Yeah, he's just like, oh, that's right, this is gonna happen.
yeah, I can still feel pain.
Can you still feel drowning?
Can you still read my mind?
I feel like that's a way you could kill Wolverine.
You can drown him.
But then in the Ultimate Universe, doesn't he grow gills? Did he like
Does
adapt?
he?
He adapts to any
Is he
situation.
Darwin?
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah. I mean, I'd always heard
I
that.
still hate that Darwin dies.
yeah. If any X-Man
Oh, yeah.
shouldn't, at least by the means he goes out,
Yeah.
it should be Darwin, or shouldn't be Darwin. I'm gonna be Pyro.
I'm out.
I made a terrible choice because I'm in a land of snow.
I always wanted to see him with his animated series
It's like a fucking-
appearance, where he has like the backpack that
Friday the
generates
13th.
He
fire
kind of
for him.
He kind of has it in 3. He's got the thingies.
Yeah.
We'll see it next week. Oh, fuck you! Poor Kelly Who.
Yeah.
And you can tell Logan kind of
my
feels
favorite
sorry
kind of
for it.
frosting.
Indestructible metal?
Uh huh.
They're both like...
I mean, obviously it's her favorite too. I mean, it's literally dripping out of everywhere.
This was fucking brutal.
Yeah. Clunk.
He's like, yeah, but that shit really hurts, so fuck her.
Yeah. She stabbed me like 10 times in the back.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm all better now. Like, it's already gone, but damn.
yeah.
Hey, we're not cannon fodder, are we? No. No way.
And only one of you.
They're just like the rebels on the Tantive 4. Except this happens, which is even worse.
That's pretty terrible.
But it is kind of funny.
Killed you with your own shit. That's like perfect.
I mean,
Magneto,
he
though,
could have
right?
forcibly stripped the weapons in their hands.
Nope, decided to kill them with their own fucking grenades.
Grenades, yeah.
Again, that's like perfect Magneto in my opinion. Just like,
Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah, no.
yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah. No, yeah.
You can tell whether he agrees or disagrees with you based on how many yeses and nos to counteract the others. Whichever one wins out, that's how he feels.
But only a true fan.
Yeah.
Would count.
I still love, is everybody all right? No.
Oh, good thing I have my helmet on.
Yeah, it's Pee-wee again.
That's that Academy Award winning performance right there. But there's a
I do like that.
It's
there,
pretty sweet.
we were supposed to see Hank McCoy again during this sequence. That's what was supposed to trigger him into turning into Blue Mutant Beast.
Being killed?
Being scioned.
Like the stress of it triggers the secondary mutation.
Because just like what we saw in Deadpool, stress will trigger.
Also, there was supposed to be a sequence where we see Gambit playing. That means they're in a relationship. We were supposed to see Remy LeBeau playing poker, and he collapses in pain and supercharges the table. But they're like, let's just keep it to the mutants that are right here.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Is the Gambit movie this year?
I think it keeps getting pushed back.
Oh.
Yeah, in fact, I think it's been removed entirely from any release schedule.
I think Deadpool 2 took its release slot.
Yeah.
Helmet.
It's like, fuck you, kid.
Never leave home without it.
That means they're in a relationship.
They're touching skin. Their faces were touching.
Magneto loves the whole, like, just float after saying something.
I think
I like
there's
how all you have to do is rearrange the
yeah,
tiles.
And it changes the configuration of what it will kill.
just like Limp Bizkit said.
Rearranged.
Yep.
Break stuff.
But also,
Chocolate starfish and the hot dog flavored
he
water.
knows exactly how to do it.
He helped build it. As he said earlier in this movie, and we see in First Class. Or Days of Future Past? I forget which one.
You were at the first time.
First Class.
All I have in my head is, break your fucking face tonight. Give me something to break.
How about your fucking face?
I like he asks about it. Like, how about your fucking face?
I hope you know I pack a chainsaw. What? A motherfucking chainsaw. What? Motherfucking chainsaw. What? So come and get it.
He said, skin your ass raw.
Oh, yeah.
Like a chainsaw.
Day keeps coming, this day I just might
Break your fucking face tonight. Give me something to break.
Extreme close-up Patrick Stewart. We get a lot of kind of Zolly shots of Patrick Stewart, I feel like, in this movie. Maybe not. What's a reverse Zolly shot? Of it just zooming out.
It's just both ways is Ollie.
Was that basically a bike chain for his
That's the
helicopter?
funniest fucking thing. Ooh, and the
Did he removed?
It was the wheel stop.
He said Bob again.
Now it's just forced.
No, it's still good. Still good.
One more bub, and I think he gets an Oscar for it.
Ooh.
And that's why Hugh Jackman still has yet to win an Oscar.
The next movie is Wolverine. Bub. Bub. What a weird thing.
Canadians.
Yeah. Bub. Hits that falsetto.
Sam, did he come to you in preparation for this role?
Many have tried.
Or do you just pay homage to him every time you do it?
Yeah.
Did
The Brian Cox.
are the credits gonna have screenwriting credit
I
to
get it.
you
Sam-
for him?
David Hayter didn't write this motherfucker.
Sam is the Brian Cox of podcasting.
I feel like he's just the Brian Cox of everything, though.
Certainly the Cox.
Do we have to pay extra for the Brian?
Yes, sir. The Cox comes free.
I wouldn't expect it any less.
Or anymore.
No, I always expect more.
Oh, fair. That's a fair point. Come with me.
Da 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 da. Come with me. Hey, baby, want to help me kill all humans?
Great video game series.
I wish Famke Janssen was in more things.
She was in
The
Nip Tuck.
Faculty.
Yeah. Hemlock Grove.
Goldeneye.
Goldeneye, yes. What's that other thing? I guess the first 3 Taken movies.
X-Men: Days of Future Past.
Yes.
She is featured in several X-Men movies.
X-Men: The Last Stand, if you want to complete the set.
I don't.
Yeah, but that's a given.
Oh, and the indignant, like, not even hands on hips, hands on ribs. I don't know if that's more or less indignant.
I don't know both.
President's having a bad day.
Oh.
You ever play the X-Men official movie game? That
No.
No, actually.
takes place between X-Men 2 and 3.
Is that any good?
It's okay from what I understand. There's 3 playable characters. It's Wolverine, Iceman, and Nightcrawler. And it's meant to explain why Nightcrawler isn't an X-Men in The Last Stand.
He got tired of their shenanigans.
Well, he's basically like, I live a life.
Shenanigans.
Yeah. Hey, Farva, what's your favorite? He's like, I live a life of peace, and then leaves. Though I suppose we get Nightcrawler, young Nightcrawler in Apocalypse. In the stupid pose, as you put it. Or was it somebody else in stupid pose?
It might have been stupid pose, but those trailers have been some weak sauce. I know they're just trailers; they don't mean shit because the movie's not out yet. But man,
Yeah.
I remember the trailers for First Class kind of looked beat.
really, I mean,
I wasn't too stoked on it.
yeah, I have the full faith in Singer and with X-Men and what he's been doing. So it's just the trailers
Is
are
he
kind of
back
weak.
for I've already forgotten.
Yeah.
He's back.
I thought originally he wasn't going to be, like, just as an executive producer, but they probably saw how well Days of Future Past did.
There was talk. Yeah.
Like I said, I think he'll do a fine. It'll be a fine movie. But
That's some quality acting
yeah.
from Mr. Cox.
They put him
Quality
through
Cox
the,
acting.
They put him through the ringer in this movie, dude.
I'm sorry.
Oh shit!
I'm gonna freeze you, you little shit.
You're all going to die. I thought you said you knew how to fly this thing. Oh. Got room for one more? Yeah, he's like a third wheel, though.
Yeah, you gotta lose that X-Men jacket, though, kid. You're riding with the cool kids now.
Flame on.
Do you think Professor X actually killed any humans here? Like, weaker humans?
I bet you.
You would think so, yeah.
Like
With
lots?
how long it's taking.
Like, lots, probably.
Like a whole, like...
Nursing homes and
yeah,
hospitals worth?
exactly, yeah.
Oh god, the pediatric wards.
Why doesn't he ever have to deal with that guilt? Huh?
Because he
Taking
did
him to task.
Because he wasn't aware of his actions, Chris.
He just blocks it.
Yeah, he's able to himself
Yeah.
make him
His
forget.
inner self is like, Charles, remember that time? No, I didn't.
And he's like, Gene, before you sacrifice yourself in this film.
Can you do a quick...
Yeah.
Fuck you, Jason.
Never mind the chair.
They're united.
As X-Men.
Almost Temple of Doom-esque. Where he's
Yeah.
like, oh.
Thank God he knew the right thing to spear.
He's been here before.
Trust me.
That's not an exit. This is an exit. Wait, it wasn't closed all the way?
Has Hugh Jackman said, like, which is his favorite performance of that he's done as Wolverine? Or his favorite movie he's been in? Anybody know?
Not that I'm aware of.
Probably the Wolverine, if I had to guess.
Oh. The shitty one?
No, that's Wolverine Origins.
Thank you, Chris.
I'll take
I
Wolverine
know.
Origins over
They both suck ass.
Yeah.
Wolverine Origins, I always
Really?
contend, is a fine movie until the Deadpool reveal.
And the Wolverine's a fine one until...
I don't know, I've only seen it once.
I don't know,
I
I might...
forget it.
The third act is pretty horrendous.
Probably the Silver Samurai at the end.
I like the Silver Samurai.
It looks like he looks like the reboot Shredder.
Yeah.
Which, if you like reboot Shredder,
I mean, I don't like him as Shredder, but
as Silver Samurai.
I like, yeah, Silver Samurai is fine.
Yeah, impeccable.
I don't
Did
know
they
how to
use-
fly.
The X-Men cartoon theme? For that, when the jet came flying over?
Da 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 da.
Yeah.
Well, no, the cartoon theme is.
Da-na-na-na-na-na.
Wow.
Da na 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 na. Da na na na.
Could have been a license-free
Yeah.
variation
Well,
of
I
it.
mean, and remember, it was Fox's interest in the animated series that let's kiss that made them greenlight the movie in the first place.
Oh, wait, I can't bamf. I need to run.
Supposedly, I was just looking up, Hugh Jackman said his favorite scene he's ever filmed is the cameo in X-Men First Class.
It's a good one.
It's like perfectly Wolverine in like a second.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Who knows? It
plays a
changes
part
all
in the
time.
sequel.
Yeah, that's right. No, you won't.
No, you all be fine. Every single one of you.
I remember his face on the chain. Like, that's such a... TV's Brian Cox. That kid's like, I'm in this scene.
You're totally holding me.
That's Hugh Jackman.
That kid's 13 years older now.
TV's Brian Cox.
That's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
TV's Brian Cox. Empire Magazine's Brian Cox.
I'm being carried off into the sunset by a Tony winner.
The kid's like, fuck yeah.
And then there airs.
Yeah. Oh, it's that
hey,
kid.
It's just like the beginning of the movie. Yeah.
X-Men 2, full circle.
Can
And become president.
for Hank Henshaw?
Yeah, like, you just fucking rock the world, bruh. No.
I am Night Shyamalan. Why did that come to my head?
I don't know. What the fuck's wrong with you?
I don't know.
It's because you shaved your head.
Yeah.
Losing your fucking mind.
I'll just leave now.
Yeah, get out. Fuck him.
Fuck him.
He's joined the Brotherhood.
Stan Lee, in retrospect, was like, one of the big mistakes I made in creating comics is like, why would they call themselves the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants?
Yeah.
They believe their own cause. They would just call themselves the Brotherhood of Mutants.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they did drop the evil at some point, didn't they?
I'm sure nowadays, but yeah, for like decades, it was the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants.
It helped the viewing public know who was the good and who was the bad.
Yeah. The devil horns
It's
on
like-
Magneto's helmet weren't side enough.
Nope.
It's like the
I mean, look at Daredevil.
the Legion of Doom.
In the Darth Vader helmet in the middle of the
Yeah.
swamp.
Meanwhile, in the Hall of Justice. Remember when we
I have
talked
to go do a
That's
bad
my favorite
thing now.
transition.
Remember when we talked about doing that for our video series? That would have worked. Would have been great.
The amount of time, and now we all work more than 40-hour weeks.
Yeah.
Well, three of us.
Yeah, when we used to have free time.
Oh my god. When only like two of us really had jobs.
And we all wanted jobs. We didn't like not having jobs.
Yeah, right. What idiots we were. I pinched my fingers.
Owie.
Ouchies.
Can you say that as Pee-wee?
Yeah.
Can you just talk the rest of the movie's almost over. Just talk as Pee-wee the rest of the time,
Oh,
please.
So, understanding how the plane works means jack shit. But telekinesis gets that shit working like it's nothing.
She has to, she gives it the lift. It's
Now,
kind
why was Storm having so much trouble starting the plane?
of the death of Cox.
Yeah.
As long as Sam Stone's around, Cox will never die.
Oh, perfect timing.
Captain, you better come down here. Make it quick. Spock!
Do you ever want to
And
see
somehow
Wolverine
getting-
cry really hard? Yeah. This is your movie.
Ship out of danger.
So is X3.
How is she multitasking like this?
She the best.
She's one of the strongest mutants in the world.
Stronger than Professor X with Cerebro.
She can even telepathically communicate with Professor X.
Can you read my mind?
So she's like triple tasking.
Come on, Scott, kiss her.
You don't have to anymore, Chris. If you don't want to.
That was
Actually, it
just
was
you.
almost perfect when I was just like, "Can you do it?" You're just like, "I don't want to," and then you just did the little laugh. That was almost perfect.
It patented Chris Nolan impression technique is to just make some sort of guttural noise in character.
That's right.
Oh.
We'll get even more Phoenix now.
She's just like, "I am a god."
Spock! Captain, he's dead already.
Like I know what they were going for there, but it's so awkward.
I really
Kiss.
don't.
It's so awkward, dude. This is where it's like people are always like X-Men's a soap opera. It's like, yeah, I guess most comics are, and this is like soap opera moment.
Yeah, and Scott's really one of the worst offenders of it.
Bro, look at Wolverine, dude.
Jesus Christ, what have I done?
Always
Become a
so
thief in the
sad that he
night.
never got
This
the
one's
boner.
for you, Morph.
Become a dog on the run.
Let's be honest. Logan's upset he never got to sleep with her.
Yeah, well,
Could have.
yeah. Oh my God, so heavy-handed and awkward.
Mm.
You know,
You
to
don't
be
know
fair,
shit,
his
Knight.
English isn't that good.
Then say it in German.
Yeah.
It's your native tongue.
Nightcrawler, you don't
He
know.
wants everyone
You
else
don't
on
know
the plane
shit.
to be able to understand
He's been
it.
speaking German all throughout the movie, even though no one speaks German.
And they nod acceptingly of it.
It's a walk and talk.
Oh, okay, Aaron Sorkin.
At this point, the West Wing is still on the air.
Mm.
And taking over this West Wing.
And I suppose
As
at this
Josh
point,
points at his dick.
this would be the last season of the Sorkin years. Everybody freeze. Everybody freeze.
It takes me back to the good old days of Geek Out.
Mm.
Yeah, General Washington. Be cool, Mr. President. Be cool. Ah. Bless you, sir.
Gesundheit.
Whenever I sneeze, it's like my face just exploding.
Isn't that how a sneeze normally works?
Yeah.
This
It's
is
not
when
an exploding face.
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
when Superman tells him he's never gonna leave. I mean, he's always around. Here's your
I was
American
raised in
flag back.
Kansas.
Yeah.
How much more American you want?
Hello.
I tried to kill you.
Yeah. There was that time I almost stabbed you.
Yeah, sorry about that. By the way, I like how you're redecorated. Covered up these bullet holes.
Yeah, I like it when there's not as many Secret Service personnel in here.
Yeah. No, we didn't have a warrant.
Now, so as we established earlier that he just pauses the people, not time, the American people just sitting there in front of a blank screen right now waiting for the feed to come back.
Yes.
Probably.
I feel like that's a very inefficient way to... Oh, well.
Had to interrupt the feed somehow.
I mean, it had to look dramatic.
It's
The,
the
American
American people. They're used to it.
The shot of them coming out of the
Don't
shadows.
even watch this thing. Come on.
Yeah. The shot of the X-Men coming kind of out of the shadows with the lightning reminds me of that really great shot in Marvels with the X-Men, and like one of the I think that's one of the coolest kind of X-Men things.
Now, mind you, also, anyone looking into D.C. over the White House would see this storm cloud. And
Nobody,
probably the rest of D.C. nothing at all like
No.
that.
yeah, nobody goes to DC though.
No.
Yeah.
Especially not to the White House.
Nah.
Yeah.
La Casa Blanca.
Thank you, Spanish titles.
Subtítulos en español.
I mean, Spanish subtitles.
This president could
Como
be
se
like
dice Spanish subtitles?
this president's like, okay, so they just basically hijack my mind, tell me what they want, and threaten me that they'll be watching. Why would I do this?
I mean, he straight up says we don't respond well to threats. He's like, we're not here to threaten you, Mr.
Yeah.
President.
And then Wolverine threatens him.
We're not here to threaten you, Mr. Bond.
I mean, to be fair, he's Canadian.
And Kurt's German.
No. And you're wearing a mask.
Jumping off rooftops.
Remember Gordon's face when like he goes under like into the back. He's like, whoa.
What does he say?
We'll find out next time.
Next time.
On X3, X gon' give it to you.
Is that a spear coming out of that thing's head?
I love the
Slipknot starts playing. Na, 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 na.
I love the shirt Logan's wearing.
Nice.
Looks like Ace Ventura.
But like dirty Ace
Yeah,
Ventura?
dirty Ace, like in shape, dirty Ace Ventura. Just leaves the room in reverse.
I want that shirt.
It's probably like $3 on eBay.
Come and knock on my door.
Hey,
Hello.
Hey, can I be back in this movie?
hello.
Are we going to be reading T.H. White? Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, no shit.
yeah, they were dating. Prick.
We had that little speech at the end with Professor X.
That's like
she was never dating you.
Yeah, that's such a dick thing. Like
Yeah. So what are you trying to say?
Yeah.
You like straight up were like, yo,
your girlfriend of like years dies horribly, saving you, and then the guy that
has been hitting on her nonstop.
hitting on her, being a creeper, walks up, is like, "Hey man, just want you to know she chose you." I'd be like,
So-
"Fuck off."
Was that supposed to be Jubilee that smiled at
I
him?
think so.
Yes.
Okay.
Jubilee played by 12 different actresses in this movie.
Jane, is that you? Can
Yes.
you read my mind?
Kitty Pryde's been played by what, 3 different, right?
Yes. Yes.
I think it will be until the sequel, and I get fucked up. Have any of you read a book? Credits.
By T.H. White. No? Okay.
Good.
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 We're not going
This
to
is
talk
my
about
lesson
it. I'm
plan
just
for the
curious.
day.
Good, because neither have I.
I do like,
Oh, here it comes.
just like Spock.
Remember me.
Same speech from the first X-Men. Just like Spock doing the "where no man has gone before" speech. And then, yes, there it is.
Caw.
The Phoenix.
It's a butterfly.
To Pimp a Butterfly by Kendrick Lamar.
If people weren't familiar with the X-Men like story, they'd be like, "What the fuck is that?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
But yeah,
and
man.
you have to wait until the next one to figure it out.
That is...
Another sky.
Yeah, man, that's my favorite of the classic X-Men trilogy. Yeah, it's a lot more action and not quite as whatever as X-Men: The Last Stand.
Yeah.
So
Every time I see it, I like it a little bit more.
yeah,
Yeah.
So
Helps when he can make fun of a little bit of it, too.
That's
it
right.
helps to watch it with friends.
John Ottman edited this film and came up with a score.
Ooh.
That's multitasking, Ottman.
Mm.
Well done. And I guess the last Bryan Singer X-Men film we get for like 10 years.
12 years?
10.
Oh, that's right, because he did Days of Future.
Or no, 11 years, yeah. Because that was a 2014 film.
Sounds right.
You're around there.
So, there you have it. Any last thoughts before we go out?
I mean, it still holds up because, like I said, it's been a long time. But it is one of those movies that, for me, it really is those 2 scenes that are like super memorable, and then most people you talk to can't remember anything else that happens.
Hey, and she is still Stamos.
Yeah.
Brian Cox!
TVs. Brian Cox.
I'm coming.
Coming on your hair.
Coming on stage.
Well, no, like Alan Cumming has a line of like shampoo that's called "Coming in Your Hair," and like bath
after my
soaps
own
that
heart.
are like coming on your face and whatnot. Look it up, kids.
Yeah. Probably available online.
Although I recommend not looking up "Coming in Your Hair."
Maybe just look up.
Look up Alan Cumming.
If you
bath
do,
rocks.
make sure Safe Search is on.
Yeah, and though that can only protect so much. But yeah, so this has been X2, X-Men United. Next week we'll be back with X-Men The Last Stand. But it won't be their last stand.
Oh, you
Out
know,
of all
Sam,
the times that I've hated you in my life, I've never hated you more than this.
it's okay. It's okay. The next film is still worse than that pun was.
Yeah.
Pretty bad. It's pretty fucking bad, man.
So yeah.
I'm gonna Waterworld this and say that it's not that bad. I
It's
don't
not as bad as everybody makes it out to be.
Braver men than I am.
We failed with that a lot, but
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah,
yeah.
We'll see.
I'm gonna Superman for this and say, well, yeah. I'm gonna say it's not as bad as everyone says.
Yeah. But yeah,
We'll find out next week if I'm wrong.
Truth. This has been another Geek Out commentary. I'm Sam.
I'm Chris.
Jake.
I'm Josh.
And we'll see you mutants next week.
Bye.